This meeting is being recorded.
And we are back with episode 34 with one of the newer members of the Infamous Thieves family, our someday professional wrestler, Mr. Ryan.
What's up? What's up?
How are you doing today, man?
I'm good, man. I have this whole weekend off. My first weekend off that I be very do we'll be doing minimal, somewhat, but I'm still doing some stuff. But yeah, always keeping busy, keeping on my toes.
I know, bro. You travel. Good thing. See, so the next time somebody says to me, "Hey, Mike, why don't you travel?" Just know I'm gonna use you as my reason. I'm gonna be like, listen, I don't travel, so Ryan can. That's literally gonna be my reason.
Dude, I've been traveling so it started like heavily in 2019, dude, when uh I started working a little bit more and I was just like I might bring out some financial advice during this podcast and just everything else. Like I'm gonna go into deep details on how I do this shit and how I in order to live this. But I've been traveling a lot. I save my bread. I get my bills paid. I do it even though it's exhausting. But man, it's just fun being able to do certain
And
things
you
and.
almost took me to WrestleMania.
Maybe if I hit a parlay, but I don't do that many parlays,
No,
man.
like you just okay, people. So
I'll
I think
fish one out every once in a while.
this just shows how much this that Ryan, I feel instantly felt that I was a genuine dude. I shared a parlay with him. I think it was like week 12 or some shit. It was just
Yeah.
some off the wall parlay. I was like, I fuck it. My $5 bet was gonna hit for I think it was like 2K. Ryan's over here like here. I'll do it too. Bumped it up a little bit, and it ended up being what? Like
I think it was like 5 grand.
was it like five or something? You were like, I bet.
Yeah.
He
Well,
said,
I had two different ones. I think one was like five, and another one might have been like more.
but no. So give him like a little background on if you want to do more your content side, more you, but like where you base out of, roughly when you're not traveling around.
Based out of Daytona Beach, Florida, man. It's everyone wants to shit talk Florida, but honestly, Florida has. I'm in Central Florida,
Yeah.
so I'm about an hour from Orlando, hour from Jacksonville, and then I'm like about 4 hours from Miami. Really don't go head that way that often, but Florida, you got everything, man. There's a lot of hidden gems in Florida. Like
So for
my landlords,
Daytona, is that
yeah.
more? Don't hate me for what I'm about to say. Is
Oh no,
that
you're
more
good.
like if you had to lean? So like one side's like Party Central, I'll say like Miami and shit. Is like Daytona Beach kind of more like towards like the retirement home kind of side? Like is it more
No,
chill?
not
Is it more kind
really.
of
I
chill
mean,
up?
so every area has their bad part. I mean, and, like if you were to go on beachside in Daytona, it's nice, and then I feel like there's a city right next to Daytona. It's called Port Orange. That is,
Yep.
I feel like, more retired right there.
Okay.
So there's a lot of old people in Florida. They come here when they retire. But Florida has everything you need. I feel like if you want to go to the beach, you want to go to theme parks. There's hidden gems all over, especially down south. There's hidden gems, like little like places people don't even know about. So
Unfortunately, my one time in Florida, we were there for the HCS Orlando,
okay,
and that was the weekend before the hurricane hit. So
yeah,
well, like I probably could have pieced out and gone to a park on like Saturday, which I thought of. But I was like, fuck it. It seemed nice. People aren't complete assholes in Florida. I mean, I'm from the Northeast, so I'm used to my own.
it's almost like an RNG with if you run come across an asshole or not. I know I don't want to speak in like I guess video game terms, but it's RNG if you come across an asshole or not. Like I've come across some pretty cool people. I mean, like it's random, man. Like I've come across really cool people and I've come across really shitty people, and
Right.
it's a hit or miss. There's a little bit. There's never not enough nice people out there.
So not counting what you're cooking up this year, because me and you have kind of talked behind the scenes a little bit. Um, what's your kind of like normal? ish content? Like, what games are you kind of running when you have the time,
Well,
or
the
when you're
past couple
feeling like you
weeks,
want to vibe in game?
well, so Call of Duty came out, and then the new Call of Duty came out. Fortnite also dropped their OG, and then they dropped the new season right after. So play a little bit of that. I haven't been playing much Call of Duty. Haven't been playing much Fortnite. I've been kind of just chilling because the past couple weeks I've been kind of just laying low because I went out of town for a couple of days, and
Yeah,
then
you were at. Was
I
that
was
a?
working. I was working a lot too, so it's like I can't juggle all this stuff.
Was
So
that
I took a
a?
little.
Your last post, was that a AEW event or was that a TNA event?
That was an AEW event. I
Okay.
went to AEW in Orlando. I'm going
I
to
just I just
AEW
couldn't remember.
this.
I just couldn't remember what logo I saw in your post. That's
Yeah, that was the. Yeah, I literally flew back from Cleveland that morning, drove back home, then drove back to Orlando that night to go to the show.
Jesus.
And then this Wednesday I'm going to Dynamite AEW Dynamite in Jacksonville, which is roughly an hour from my house. So I'll be at that one. But I haven't really been playing much. I've been kind of playing a little bit of Madden.
I
Just to
saw you
like
dabbling. I think I think that's might be one of my favorite features Discord, as creepy as it sounds, because like we all are busy. I, I
yeah.
I just like being able to pull down and just like seeing what everybody's up to. Boo boo, shut up. Boo boo, go lay down. Come here. See if I can get an appearance of the one-eyed meower. Come here. Okay, then go. Shut the fuck up. Jesus, bro. My room is open like the other room. Fucking, that's where he always lays. No, he just decided to come up and start being sonar kitty. Jesus Christ. Major collector. Are you still adding to that room?
Yes and no.
I would say, what else other than like stuff that you're gonna have to drop like bands on? Not like literal, but like more pricey than what you have. Like what all like is
Well, so I mean I'm a like I collect a lot of different things. I'm not just like a one thing collector. So I actually went to and pick up some comics earlier today. I bought like 23 Deadpool comics for like
oh, there
60
you go.
bucks.
There you go.
I'm a huge Deadpool fan, man. I'm not like so I'm not gonna sit here and ride the Marvel universe. I'm not very knowledgeable the Marvel universe, but I do know a lot about Deadpool. I'm not buying these comics to yeah, I have a lot of the Deadpool Funkos too, man. I have a lot of them. I
You have
don't
that
own.
one?
I wasn't. I think so.
That's the
I can't.
Thanksgiving one.
Yeah, I think I have that one. All my Funkos are in totes right now. But I'm a huge Deadpool fan. I love that Ryan Reynolds is the Deadpool just because I
Okay,
feel like it
so at
fits
first
him.
so I'm a major just comic book person in general. Um, so I watched Green Lantern when it came out.
Yeah,
So at first, which now I'm happy that Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, but like when I first saw that they announced him as Deadpool, I was angry at first. It's like why? But then now seeing him in the first one, it was definitely the writers in Green Lantern that tanked that movie. It was not Ryan Reynolds. Because
that's why
that,
he became his own person. He's like a movie director and
yeah, because
whatever it is now. But
which honestly, that might have been why. Because Green Lantern fucking sucked. It was awful.
yeah. Um, so I started buying these Deadpool comics. I want to learn more about the history of Deadpool and one of my favorite series is the Deadpool comics. There's like a bunch of universes and he's going into every universe and fighting everybody, like everyone else from the Marvel universe. Like
Yeah.
there's a couple comics on him versus the Punisher. It's Deadpool versus the Punisher, and then
Yep.
Deadpool versus Old Man Logan, and then it goes on and on. And that's one of my favorite series. So I definitely I'm not buying them just to collect them. I'm buying them to read them
Yeah. Yep. Read
and
them and then they go right back into the sleeve. It's exactly how it works.
yeah. So it's just it's the Deadpool is something I enjoy, and the comics are funny, dude.
Oh yeah.
They're comedic, and it's just one of my favorite things. So I mean I'll buy some of their comics here and there. I think I bought shit, I bought another comic that wasn't even Deadpool. I forgot what it was. So I
Yeah, every
grabbed it.
now and then
I saw it. And...
every now and then you can be looking for comics, and then you find some random one, and you're like, bet.
Well, dude, this toy slash comic book shop, they have thousands of comics, and they just got a huge shit. Someone just sold off their 10,000 comic lot to them.
Jesus.
So, dude, they have so much shit.
So you want to know what I want to do? But I'll have to
What's
find
that?
where I'm gonna put them. So you can do mystery pops on the Pop Figure website, and they're standard size for $5 a piece.
Well, you're better off going to like a toy show and doing that,
I don't know,
finding
bro, because like I don't want to know what they are. I would dead ass buy like because like they're $5 a piece. Buy like 10. Just
yeah,
see
but
what
it's gonna be like basics, and it's gonna be
who
like
knows. They said
ones
that
that aren't sold. I don't know,
hey,
man.
at this point I can add just about anything to my little wall I got going on. But no, I mean, because I live in Maine, that would have to be something I'd have to come down to you to go to like a toy show or something. They don't really,
There's one tomorrow. I got invited to go to it.
they don't
And
happen in
probably
Maine,
won't.
bro. You don't understand. But so based out of Florida, a little bit of dabbling, everything.
Yeah, a little bit of dabbling into everything. I've been doing the traveling, dabbling into different video games. I was talking about Call of Duty and Call of Duty and Fortnite, and now I just been chilling, laying low for a little bit. I've been trying to. I want to start streaming, not like every day, but I just sometimes I'm just burnt out of games, man. Like
I mean,
I was grinding Call of Duty for weeks, and then I got
that's
burnt
been
out.
me. I could lie and say that's been just since I've been studying for my proctor exam since July, but then I'd be lying to you. Um, that's been me like all of last year. Like I just
Yeah,
nothing's fun anymore to me. I mean,
like,
well,
that's what.
game wise, like I'm keeping the realm up just because I mean that's like $8 a month. Like that's like 3 coffees. So like if people want to jump on the Minecraft realm, cool. I jump on here and there, but like nothing's really. Last one I kind of had fun with was when they came out with that Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. That game was pretty
Yeah,
lit.
I played a little bit. It was fun, and then I had my fun, and I think that's like a game like I really didn't like care too much about. Maybe to play with friends,
Right. All right,
but
well, I'll just
that one's all right.
and run downstairs and grab my food, and then we'll continue.
This meeting is being recorded.
So now we're gonna move on to I think my favorite topic on you has to be hands down, which I just found out about. What like was it this week?
No, I thought I told you when we maybe
Did you?
not.
Hold on, pause. I have to
Maybe
look and
not.
make sure who's right. Mostly because I am one of those people. If I'm wrong, I'll be like, oh well, I suck. Scroll. Oh, there's the
Maybe
parlay.
maybe not. It's I don't
Oh,
I I I thought
so
I
that
did, but
15, so that 15 bet parlay would have been 10 grand.
yeah, that was that one.
Nope, I don't think you did. Well,
Damn,
so
I thought I
unless I'm missing
hmm.
it. So, first off, I'll touch on, he dabbles in YouTube. Dabbles when I say dabbles when he has, almost 750,000 views on shorts. But hey, gotta keep you
Yeah.
humble. Uh, TikTok, Europe, and then Twitch, right? You
Yeah.
don't do Kick, okay. But this man is a backyard wrestler, bro, which I think is dope.
So let me explain
Oh,
something
here we
before
go.
people quick to judge. We're not like professionals. We don't claim that we are. We do it for the pure entertainment. So we have people come out and watch us too, and like we post all of our stuff on Facebook, and we do it for the entertainment. I mean, some of us are really good. I'm not the best. I mean, I could definitely improve, but I do it just, like it's almost like for the little kids that, watch it on TV and they're like, "Oh my God, I want to do that one day."
Oh yeah.
We're those kids that, we can put on a little show in front of 20, 30 people or whatever, and we can enjoy it, we can have fun. I mean, some of us have gotten hurt. Like I've gashed my arm open, dude. I got suplexed onto light tubes because I decided to
Jesus.
introduce light tubes, and my whole arm was gashed. So I got German suplexed. We missed the light tubes the first German suplex, so I was like, so he was like, "I want to do it again." I'm like, "Oh God!" I'm like, "No, I have a bad feeling about this." So I did it again. We did it again, and I looked over. I was like I looked over and I was like, "Fuck!"
That's
And
almost
like my arm was leaking, dude. My arm was just straight leaking, and I was
that's
like, "Yeah,
like that's like so like every so often I get a good clip. Um just like on just like my random Facebook I'm scrolling. I don't know which two Bellator chicks were fighting, but like that's literally this chick's forehead. Like got hit with
yeah,
the got hit with the elbow right to the middle of the forehead. 2-inch gash, half-inch wide, just started going. Just I'm like, yep, we can see part of her brain, not literally, but it's like, yep,
yeah."
that's gonna start. And yep,
So I tell the guy, I'm like, "Yo, we gotta wrap this up. Like, just fucking finish me. Like pin me right here." And I roll out a camera frame, and then I'm like, I'm like standing there, dude, like with my arm hanging down because I don't want, like, I'm just letting blood just flow down my arm. So
yeah.
they wrapped me up quickly. Had my two buddies drive me to the emergency room. I sat in the emergency room for 5 hours before I was seen. Um, the cop that was because at our hospital, I guess they just have cops that are at the desk.
No,
So this
okay,
is a legit cop.
no, okay, that's the same here. I think that's just a new thing. Like, when did I go to the ER? It was recent, like within like the past like year. Um, but no, there was like a Augusta PD officer at their counter here too. So I just think that might just be a new thing. Cause
So the cop like looks. I'm like covered in my own blood. I have blood all over me. I'm chilling, bro. Like honestly, I was chilling after I was wrapped up.
you just sitting there just like
And he was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." So there's a guy laying on the floor. His foot was hurting. He was screaming on the top of his lungs. I waited at least like 4 or 5 hours before I was seen. They pulled about 25 pieces of glass from my arm up to my back, my shoulder. They didn't even give me stitches. They gave me butterfly stitches. I was fine. Um,
so it was just like a
but I
minor
bought
surface, a deep surface wound kind of. It sounds like.
but I bought the wrong type of light tube. So there's the fluorescent light tubes that make the boom when you like
Yeah,
when they explode.
yeah.
And then the ones I bought, I didn't realize had an LED light strip going through them, so it kind of had bigger shards in a way. They weren't thinner. So I'm like, well, shit, I bought the wrong one. So like
Wait, so
after after the fact, when we use light tubes after that, I made sure they were the right ones.
not to laugh at you,
No, no, it's good.
but it makes it even more poetic that you're the one who went and bought the wrong light tubes. And you're the one who gets sent to the ER from it.
Yeah. Well, no one else wanted to get hit with a light tube. No one
Okay, to
else
be
did the.
fair,
So like I was like, fuck it, hit me. Like I'm not a bitch.
if they told me that they would like crack me over the back with a light tube, maybe I'd
It
say
doesn't
yes.
hurt, bro. I promise you, it
But
doesn't hurt.
like,
I
but
like
like,
I
if
could
you
take
tell
10
me,
light tubes to the
but if you
back.
tell me that, hey, so we're gonna German suplex you onto these, I'm gonna be like, can you just like smack me with it instead, bro? Like, can you just um? But hey, bro, like I think it's dope. I don't care if you're like near the bottom of all the dudes who do this backyard league with you. It's still badass as fuck.
Oh yeah. So
Uh,
I I sent you that clip of me getting skewers in my head, so no one else wants to do this shit. We're hardcore Generation Wrestling, and no one wants to do hardcore shit. So I'm like, dude, just stick some skewers in my head. So it's for the spot because we were doing a blood spot. So I told him to stick. He stuck them in my head. He said they weren't going in, so he was like trying to get them in with his other hand. And then like the last time he pounded them into my head, I felt them penetrate the skin of my head, and he lets go, and the skewers are just hanging from my head, and I'm like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? I'm like, I grab them all and just pull them out, and I'm like, fuck, oh my god, that it didn't even hurt though. I swear to God, bro, I was like, that was badass.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it doesn't shock me that one doesn't hurt actually, because like, I mean,
I,
like, you hear like when they do actual like, brain surgery, you're not
yeah,
knocked out for it. You're awake.
yeah.
So then they can make sure, they don't, chop off the wrong part of your head. Um, so like, what got you into backyard wrestling? Is it just like
So
just watching it as a kid, and then like you and a couple homies
um,
at a park? Because like that used
so
to be me and my homies, either at the park or my buddy's backyard, just headgear and cups. We would all send out the
So
text.
I had this guy added on Facebook, and he hit me up one day. He was like, "Yo, I know you're a big wrestling fan. You down to do some backyard wrestling with us?" These guys were doing it on a trampoline. We were doing it. They were doing it at a trampoline on the time, so it was easier. And then eventually we, converted it into like a makeshift ring, and now we have like a more of a legit ring.
Yeah, dude, like that ring
So
looks dope.
so we've come a long way. So this was 2019. He hit me up. I no showed the first time. I was like kind of sketchy on it. And then like the following month I showed up, and the guy that hit me up, he was gonna be my opponent. I'm like, okay. So I was like, okay, I gotta do something to wow these people. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I'm like, hey, can I jump off the roof onto him? Mind you, he was on the trampoline, so I jumped off the roof onto him while he was on the trampoline. I was like, yeah, this is badass. So that was my thing. And now every time after that, me and the guy that wrestled, we've always had a banger match. Like we've had a thumbtack match where we had like 1,000 thumbtacks scattered across the ring. We've had like crazy ass matches. So like me and him for the past like going on 5 years, we're just having crazy ass
All right, so
matches. And
I need
same guy who put skewers in my head.
I need there to be some form of a gaming event down that way again. I'm sending a roster. I don't fucking care. Because, as I think you might have seen, yeah, I did tweet out. This year, I'm pretty much just staying online, just kind of building out shit. But, dude, I'm a bit, hey, yo, bro, is there something going on this weekend? Because I want to come watch. Just because, I mean, I think it'd be dope to come watch. I ain't getting it though.
Right.
No, no.
So yeah, that's been something I wish I could invest more time into. Like last year we took a little break and I didn't invest as much time into it. It's cuz I was traveling a lot, so I just I couldn't show up every time they wanted me
And
to.
then this year you got WrestleMania.
I got a lot of stuff, dude. Like
You're going to Money in the Bank, right?
no, that's in Canada. I don't even have
Or
my
is it the Rumble?
passport.
Or is it the
It was
Rumble?
the Rumble. The Rumble's in a few weeks. The Rumble's in a few weeks.
I knew it
Yeah,
was
that's in Tampa.
one of the two. I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
Um
wait, why don't you have your passport, bro?
I
I'm saying
don't
I'm
know.
saying that as I don't have mine yet either.
I need to get one. I'll get it. So I'll probably get it like later this year. I'm also just trying to just like, dude, it's there's just so much like
Oh, dude.
from now until when in April to when I go to WrestleMania in Philly. So I'll be hitting like Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, and Florida. But I'm also gonna go to like Dallas, Cleveland, and maybe somewhere else, and then Philly before like in the next 3 months. So it's
Where's
gonna be like
the Rumble's in Miami, right?
and the Rumble's gonna be in Tampa.
Tampa, that's what it was.
Yeah. So it's like I'm gonna be traveling all over, and I gotta pick and choose what I do.
Well, yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah, like that was like one that talks me and you had like right away, like you were very straightforward. You're like, look, it's gonna be a lot of, you know, TikTok posts and photo posts for the
well,
first chunk of 2024 because I got all
well,
this stuff.
it's not just that. I do want to like, so I'm like, I want to be like streaming a little bit
But
here and
yeah,
there, but my biggest thing for going into this year will probably be YouTube vlogs. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be recording a lot of shit. So a lot of stuff will be going on to TikTok and then YouTube Shorts for like short videos and
Oh yeah.
Instagram. But
I
I
know.
do want to vlog
As
because I'm
you.
gonna be going. Like I want to vlog my time in like Tampa. I want to vlog the whole WrestleMania thing
Yeah.
in
Well, yeah.
Philly. Like it's gonna be a lot of vlog content throughout
So I
this whole
saw that
entire
you went
year.
to. Fuck, hold on here. I gotta move my keyboard down. I don't want to knock over my camera. Stay. Okay. Um, you said it was Dynamite you were just at, right?
Yeah, AEW Dynamite last Wednesday,
Are you
or not last Wednesday, last week.
um is it you and a bunch of buddies going to WrestleMania too? Because there was like 8 of you there, right?
Well, I didn't know any of those guys except for two of them in the
Oh,
pictures.
oh.
Um,
You all look like you all knew each other for years.
so my group for WrestleMania is three of my other great friends. I paid for one of my buddies to go to WrestleMania because I'm a good friend,
That's a homie. That's a
and
fucking
I'm
homie.
paying for like a lot of his shit just so he can go. I probably won't ever do it for anyone else.
No, I mean like I got those people like I almost everybody's been trying to convince me to pull up this CDL Boston later on this month, and I messaged the minor owner of Thieves, who you'll probably never meet him because he's busy. And I messaged him, and I made the joke to my lady. I was like, if James says he can go, I might have to pull a mini miracle. Well, thank God, as bad as it sounds, thank God James is part of his engine blew. So he's like, there's no
Him.
way in fuck I can pull it off. I'm like, thank God. But like him, like I was willing to help pay for him to come to the kickoff event with me and stuff. Like he's probably the one person out to do that for. I feel like you have to have that one homie that like you'll do some wild thing at least once.
Right.
Like I can't see you keep. I mean, I could be wrong. Um, you might not drop that many bands again on a second person to come to WrestleMania. Because are you gonna keep going to WrestleManias, or is it kind of like you got that checklist
Well,
going?
it depends. I know I think next year's WrestleMania is going to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and there's a lot of factors in if I'll keep on going to WrestleMania as if I will have someone go with me, and I would like to go to more WrestleManias just because there's more than just WrestleMania when
Well, yeah,
WrestleMania goes to a city. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, just the average wrestling fan won't even know. Let's not say the average wrestling fan, the average WWE fan.
yeah. I mean, like I
So
follow. So
there's sorry.
nah, you're good. So I follow between TikTok and Instagram. I follow Cody Lynch, the WWE, obviously, and like couple NXT guys, and just like a couple here and there. So the cool thing is, a lot of them posts like their personal like the week while they're there stuff, and you can see just like as long as you follow a few people, you realize that it's not just, oh look, they show up the night before. Oh look, we only get to see them in the ring. Oh look, we go home.
Well, there's more
Well, yeah,
actually.
like that's
Like
what I'm saying is like if you follow enough of them, you can see that there is a lot more than just
there's a lot of indie wrestling that's going to be happening at WrestleMania as well. Like at the like like a lot of other major independent promotions will be having shows out there that weekend. So a lot of the indie wrestlers bank like these companies want to bank off WrestleMania because there's going to be at least 100,000 people.
yeah.
in that city. So these indie companies want to bank off of it, and then like, hey, well, we're gonna be running shows around WrestleMania, not during WrestleMania. Well, some of them might be running during WrestleMania or not. Actually, no, I don't think any show will be running during WrestleMania, but there's going to be like after parties or after. There's going to be shows running after WrestleMania that you can go to. There's a lot of shit. So if you want to see more wrestling, that's out there. You just got to follow these on social media and check what's going on. And they're cheap. You can probably get into them for like $20, and there's going to be like a lot of major wrestlers at some of these independent shows, and there's going to be a lot of those wrestlers going to be wrestling like 7 times and across 3 days.
Yeah, that's wild.
Sounds insane, but it gets pretty. Like I'm going to be flying in early Thursday, and I'm going to be at this venue for 13 hours, and there's going to be 4 wrestling shows across that 13-hour span.
Jesus.
And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday all day, there's gonna be shit going on, and then I'm leaving Monday.
That sounds like most of my travel. It's always I fly out on a Wednesday, I leave a Monday. It's almost my shit every time.
There's a huge experience. Like my one buddy that I'm bringing, he went to WrestleMania 2 years ago in Dallas, and he only went just for WrestleMania. He was like, dude, I would have never known there was like just more stuff out there than just WrestleMania if you wouldn't have told me. I'm like, yeah, dude, you got to get the full experience. Go to WrestleMania, check out some indie shows, go to like maybe even check out some food spots, because if you're like WrestleMania doesn't go to some.
So I know
WrestleMania goes to good towns.
I know a guy. I will get you a list from the owner of the Philadelphia Warhawks on food. I'll get you the 411 for Philadelphia. Because like he's lived in Philly like his whole life, I'm pretty sure. So you won't have to eat at generic shit. Cause
oh no, I don't do that when I go out of town. It's always something different.
I will like my. So I'm one of those weird people. I don't like to eat like before I fly. I'll put down like 2 protein shakes just to like hold me over. So like my first meal when I land will be something that I know like no matter where you're at, it's almost the same quality. And then after that, I'm like, all right, okay. Now we start venturing. Like when we were in Columbus, I just ate at the venue the whole time because they had like a Mexican Asian fusion restaurant like at the Lance.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like that's pretty much where I ate all week, but the menu was like decent size, so now we're gonna keep diving a little on the wrestling. So who's your top 5 old school wrestlers?
It's probably gonna be a lot of like hardcore and old ECW guys, just because I'm kind of in that kind of like I love the hardcore style, but I didn't really grow up in that era. But if I were to give you like 5 from like I guess the classic that aren't wrestling anymore, probably like guys like Mick Foley.
Okay.
I mean, he's definitely up there. He went from being a hardcore badass to still being hardcore, and then winning the fans over and being like that guy that he wasn't, nor say like a wrestler in a way, but he was also a massive entertainer with all of his gimmicks that he had. So wrestling is just more than just wrestling. It's also entertainment and stuff. And that's what a lot of people end up finding out when you're like a professional wrestler. You got to like get some entertainment in you too. So that's what Mick Foley did with all of his different characters and stuff. Another guy will probably have to be like, oh my God, I don't even know. Like, I mean, I'm a man. I'm a man that doesn't really dislike that many people, but who is like a hardcore badass? Maybe like Terry Funk. Honestly, he was Mick Foley's tag team partner. Terry Funk was badass as well.
Yeah.
He just passed away a couple months ago, actually.
Yep.
We'll move away from the hardcoreness, and I can probably just go with like, let's move away from the hardcoreness and go with, oh man, Shawn Michaels.
Okay, there we go.
Just because he was a wrestler, he was an entertainer, he was Mr. WrestleMania. He was he has a man of a lot of names.
Oh yeah,
Um,
HBK.
so
So that's
he's
3.
definitely one of my favorites. I don't want to give out too many generics. Maybe the Undertaker. We'll throw the Undertaker in there.
Well,
He
no,
was
see,
he was
like,
pretty badass.
so with like the old school, I don't think you can really label any as generics. Now,
Well,
like,
like, he would be a generic answer for me. Like I try and be the guy that gives like random answers. Like you put me on the spot. I'm trying to find guys that you wouldn't even like expect me to say. But I can't really think of any that would. Like I could just throw out some random names, but I don't like. um, Undertaker, he was badass. I watched a lot of him growing up, and for my number 5, this is no order, by the way.
well, yeah,
Um, number 5. Damn, you put me on the spot, bro. This is ooh, because I'm a I don't even know if I can label him as classic,
who,
just because he's still wrestling today, but
who?
he's been wrestling for like Christian Cage.
I mean, if you want to give it to him, give it to him.
Edges, because he's been doing some of his best work right now, but he's been wrestling since like the early '90s, and
Well,
he's
yeah,
still going to
well,
this
yeah,
day.
he's still early '90s. That's classic. Um, you know what? I guess we can just keep going with just some wrestling questions because this is fun. Like I've tried to keep up kind of this past year. Um, what was your favorite pay-per-view this past year? And
Um,
why?
Probably last year's WrestleMania was really good. A lot of people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. There was a lot of um storytelling matches. There was a lot of bangers. And that's another thing when it comes to pro wrestling and me. It's just like they got to tell a story.
Yeah,
When people are going out there, they're telling a story in that ring, and I like to.
that's why I'm kind of hoping sometime this year the Roman Reigns title reign ends. Kind of tired of it.
It's like we're watching a movie,
You know, like,
from like weeks and weeks and
and
months
it's a
building,
shitty
and
movie because he only shows up like once a quarter. Like, at this point, you would think he was like the CEO of fucking WWE. We see him once a quarter. Like, no, but like, I don't remember his name. I follow a couple WWE like prediction people.
hmm
One of them saying he thinks not at WrestleMania but at the Rumble there'll be a Rock Roman fight to finally kind of shatter the bloodline. Because, I mean, technically, The Rock is considered a elder in that family.
Oh yeah,
So
he's
Solo will have
yeah.
to pick if he wants to go against the elders who sent him to kind of protect Roman, and then they're thinking it'll set it up for a Roman Cody Rhodes legit
Well,
WrestleMania fight.
there might be a new bloodline coming to the WWE very soon. Um, so I'm curious to see if that happens or not. Over in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Haku's sons, and he's an old wrestler, but his sons are wrestling in New Japan, and I think their cousin is also wrestling, and they're all wrestling together. One of them's contract is up, and he might be heading his way to WWE. And they might be they could potentially feud the bloodline down the
If
road. So I'm hoping the bloodline stays together at some capacity,
I'm to the
just a
point,
feud with them.
I love how. Is it bad if I knew that this podcast was going to turn into like a wrestling podcast? I knew which is dope because like I don't think there's that many other people in Thieves who even like dabbles in wrestling, but I know quite a few on my timeline who do. So if Rome if Roman would have defended his title even I'll be nice 4 more times last year, I'd be fine with the bloodline being a thing for a good chunk of this year. But like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure since Rollins has won the world heavyweight title, I'm pretty sure he's defended his title more than fucking Roman has already, and he's only
Oh,
had the
for
belt
sure.
since I think July.
I
I
think
think.
I think they even showed it, the stats between
Yeah,
title
so
defenses for each other.
which is why I don't think there's anybody. I mean, I don't think there's anybody else who holds a belt that I'm kind of like, okay, I'm over this nonsense. No, because Gunther's fun to watch for the most part,
Oh yeah, dude, he's insane.
but it's also falls under that same category that when his little minions get involved, it just instantly I hate the match already. I'm like, okay, stop, stop. Obviously, you can't hate on Rollins.
No,
Um,
he's one of my favorites, man. He's one of my
Rhea has
favorites.
defended her title, I think, enough in 2023. I think that's everybody, right? Not counting the tag team titles.
Io Sky, she's the women's champion over
Oh
on
yeah,
SmackDown.
that's right. And she's defended it a couple times since she's won it
Yeah,
because she's only had it since what, like two
she's only
pay-per-views
had it for
ago?
a couple. She's only had it for a couple months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so she's defended it a couple times, which is fair. Um, so yeah, Roman's the only one that I'm like, all right, bro. Like, cool. You've had this belt for this long. How many times have you actually pulled up? But I think it should be a fun year for wrestling. I wish they would come back to Augusta or Bangor more often. I get a show like once a year if I'm lucky. But, that's what happens when you live in Moose Land.
Yeah. Normally, I like to hit major cities. It's usually the same cities every year. So
Yeah,
good
but
luck with that.
no, sometimes no, because we had something last month. Might have been
Oh,
like
did
whatever
you?
like the Saturday show is or some shit. I saw that they were in Bangor last month,
Oh, nice. I don't. Okay.
but it might have just been one of those like off the air shows. But still, I don't know, shit's still dope.
Right.
Um, so I'm gonna put you on the spot again
Okay.
because I love this. If you could pick, we'll say what's like a mid-year pay-per-view, like Payback, right?
Yeah, I was there.
So Payback-ish. Who do you want to have the Universal title by then? Do you want it to still be in the hands of Roman, or who do you think deserves their shot at a reign?
I I think that whoever does. Honestly, dude, like it's even hard to explain this or even like say this point just because I'm so over these long title reigns. Even though it's good, but man, there's just so many other guys. Like,
Like I said, if they would script it, oh, spoiler if people didn't know, it's fucking scripted. Um, if they would script more defends, I'd be fine with these. Like, what is it? Like close to like 1,500 days or some shit, 2,000 some fucking shit, whatever the fuck. I don't even know anymore. But
but
he pulls up at pay-per-views. That's really it.
to answer your question, probably LA Knight and AJ Styles or even Shinsuke Nakamura.
For Roman's belt.
Yeah,
See, I would rather LA Knight's a good one. I could get behind that. But with how decent the storyline was with Shinsuke and Rollins, I would love to
I
see.
really thought Shinsuke was gonna win the title, man. I
I
really
wouldn't
did.
mind Shinsuke, but it would have to be like a banger of a match. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking like tables involved, like but I'd be fine with Shinsuke taking that belt.
No, and I would like that as well. Shinsuke's I don't know I don't even know like what WWE's done wrong with Shinsuke. He's so good, and whatever they give him, he makes it look so good. And I feel like some people just don't understand it.
I mean, it's gonna sound bad. Then this might get me canceled. Um, I wish he would at least attempt to speak English more often. Well, no, because like sometimes I'll watch like the Monday Night Raw on like Wednesday after legs at the gym, so I don't get home till like 10:30. I don't like have to try to read fucking subtitles while I'm trying to eat my last meal. But other than that, I like them. But like I like him. He's dope. Honestly, is it bad if I just don't care about the tag team titles going into this year?
No, I haven't cared
I
about
just
him.
don't. I just don't care. Like I don't. Cause
I could talk about that for a little bit, but I don't want to.
like,
There's
and
a lot
it's
more stuff we should. There's
and it
a lot of
yeah,
stuff we could talk about.
and it sucks for me. Yeah, this be my last note, and then
That
I'll fucking go on. We can find a new short tangent. And it sucks because like Finn's one of my favorite wrestlers, like of all time.
oh
Uh,
really? Okay,
and like I hate that the Judgment Day is a little corny.
a little bit.
So like I'm over here like I love you, Finn, but I also kind of hate you all at the same fucking time. Because I feel like if they don't have Dominic in it, it might be a little better for me. But like I know exactly. I know I said we're gonna change topic, but this will be the last point on that. I know exactly where they lost me with the Judgment Day. And I feel like you know exactly what I'm about to say. Dominic's fucking going to jail. I had to listen to that shit well, you did too, for like almost a month. And I was like, oh my god, fucking stop. Please, for the love of God. Like, I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. So, let me pull up these handy dandy questions.
Yeah, man, ask away. You
Because
can
I
we
got a couple.
can.
I got a couple. Well, like, they're not like super. I gotta remember which note it's under. Is it on this one? No, it's not. That one? No. No,
Told you, man. I have a lot of. I have a lot of. I do a little bit of everything. So
oh, yeah.
we got a lot to cover. We could cover a lot.
We could.
Maybe not even cover everything this time because there's just so much. Honestly, I could.
Well, yeah, which is dope because like I've started trying to message back some people who have done it just to do like a run it back episode. So we covered kind of rough little background on you, where you're from, kind of dabbled a little bit in your content. So we're gonna do what's your favorite gaming memory of all time? Is it
Hmm.
like a LAN with the boys, like a at home
Okay,
LAN, like a
so
at
I can
home
probably give
LAN?
you. Let me give you probably one of my favorites, and then let me give you a shitty one, and it's actually shitty. So but it's funny though. So my favorite one is I drove because this is when I was big into Apex. I was so good at Apex, and I don't like to own horn, but I started. Oh, whoops! I just fucking squished my cat. My bad. Oh my lord. So I was really getting really good into Apex. I was a Mirage main. I was only played as Mirage. I was getting really good at them. Played a lot. Found two kids that were we connected really well, and there was like a tournament near them. So I was like, hey, I'll drive. It was like up in like North or South Carolina or whatever. It was like 6 or 7 hours away. So I drove it, stayed the night there. We made it to day two. Wait, was it? Yeah, did I? Yeah, we made it to day two, but we lost. And of course, like we could have easily won. We were hands on the best team because the team that ended up winning was just so shit at the game. I don't even know how they dropped so many kills. It was so wild to me. But it was one of my first and really only like going to like a tournament like that.
Yep.
But it was fun, the experience. I got to meet up with two buddies. that we met playing video games
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff, and it was just the experience. I like to always say, like, regardless we win or lose, it's just the experience, and it's all that matters to me. So it's just the experience, and a lot of people really don't take that thought. Like, people really don't soak it in.
Oh, yeah.
Take the experience in, man. Like, just soak it in and enjoy it. And then one of my dude, my brain is so shot. I feel like I don't even remember everything anymore. But one of the moments that I was playing Black Ops Zombies on the Shangri-La map, and we were doing the Easter egg, and I literally shit my pants because I didn't want to walk away from the Easter egg. So I was like, guys, I'm not leaving. So I shit my pants. And that was like, had to been like 10 years ago.
Jesus.
That
That's the
was,
dedication,
yeah.
bro.
I was like, guys, I'm not going nowhere. We're doing this Easter egg because it was one of the hardest Easter eggs at the time. It was a
Yeah.
Shangri-La Easter egg on Black Ops. So I was like, guys, I'm not going nowhere.
I ain't going
We're
nowhere.
doing this.
Even if I ruin a pair of pants, I ain't going nowhere.
But yeah, I've had a lot of gaming memories, and I don't do that many like tournaments and stuff like that, just because I really don't care to be that competitive anymore,
Right.
and
I know, like, I
I
get
feel like
that.
it sometimes takes the fun out of the gaming for me because I can't treat everything as competitive. Even though I am very competitive, but I gotta realize, like, can't take everything so competitive sometimes. So I just and plus, like, when you want to play like games like that competitive, you have to stay consistent, man. And
Oh, yeah, like,
like, uh,
like, that
oh
was, like,
man,
me, like, so, like, that little era when, like, Fortnite and Call of Duty and, like, Apex were all out, right? I tried to pick up, I could jump back and forth between COD and Fortnite. Like, when, like, COD had, like, a off season, I could pick back up Fortnite. I tried to pick up Apex after, like, competing in COD for, like, that year. I think I played for, like, an hour and a half. I'm like, holy shit, I am dog shit now. I'm done.
yeah, there's the difference between me and some of these like kids that are just so good at the game. It's like they're playing for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
And it's like I just can't do that because I'm a huge gamer, so there's other games coming out. I want to play these other games. I want to maybe even play another game that's like grindy, like Call of Duty. Like, you can't sit here and play like these Fortnite kids that are pros and stuff. They play Fortnite. The one I heard the one kid talking, like, one day he was talking on stream. He said he was playing Fortnite for 16 hours a day. I'm like, I can't do that. That's just not me,
I don't
dude.
think I could play a I don't think I could play a mix of games for 16 hours a day.
Like, you gotta understand, some of us have lives, some of us have jobs. We can't sit here and play Fortnite for 16 fucking hours, dude.
Some of us just don't care that much.
Like, God.
um, so we'll hit because I gave you a tough little top five earlier. We'll do another one because this goes into what I was doing earlier. So, what's your top five favorite movies? Like, if you had to.
Well, I know my favorite, but I'm gonna say that for last.
Okay.
But we'll do um oh my God. Dude, I thought of this movie and it just stumped me. How about I just tell you my favorite just so I can give myself more time.
All right.
My favorite has to be the Dawn of the Dead remake but the remake, it was a Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
And then this movie was way ahead of its time in 2004. It's probably one of the best zombie movies of all time. The blood, the guts, the killing was just on point. The zombies were on point. It was well ahead of its time for the zombie genre. So that one's one of my favorites. Oh man. Probably, dude, this is an underrated movie, but probably National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
There you go.
No, Vegas Vacation. Sorry, Vegas
Oh,
Vacation.
damn.
Um, I'm a huge fan of the National Lampoon's movies because Chevy Chase is just, it's like he try like in the I feel like he tries not be funny and he's funny. I don't know. Like he like I feel like he could be in a room with Adam Sandler and he wouldn't have to do anything and he'd be funny. And Adam Sandler actually has to try to be funny. Even though nothing wrong with Adam Sandler. Nothing wrong with Adam Sandler, by the way. I'm just saying. Um so I'm huge into Christmas movies, but that's why I said Christmas Vacation, but that's probably up there. Damn, there's a movie that's a lot of action in it. Oh god, what's it called?
Who's in it?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Oh damn.
I know I've always said it was one of my favorite movies of all time because it had so much act. Oh, Raid. Raid. I saw Raid like a year and a half ago. That movie's badass. I'm not sure which one I watched. It might have been the second one, but it's all Japanese. It's in Japanese, but you have to read it. I think you can watch it in dubbed, in English dubbed. But dude, it's badass. There's a lot of fight scenes. Like, dude, this like Japanese SWAT team. They're raiding like an apartment complex full of like drug dealers and shit, and they're going from room to room, like killing everybody, hand to hand combat, guns. It's badass.
Jesus.
It's probably not my top five, but it's one of my favorites. Another movie has to be The Green Mile with Tom Hanks.
Oh yeah.
That one I watched when I was a kid and I cried like a bitch.
Like a bitch.
And then I guess I gotta go with The Goonies.
The Goonies.
I watched that a lot growing up, man. That was one of my favorite movies of all time growing up.
The Gooners.
Yeah. So I guess that's a random top five I just gave you. God,
That
I don't
really
think
is. Holy shit. We got
no one's ever even asked for my top five
we
movies.
got some
I just kinda
comedy. We got the Goonies. We got a Japanese rating movie. I forget what else you said.
like Green Mile,
Oh,
the sad
we got
movie.
a tearjerker. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think you hit like every genre possible.
I try. Can't give you
Somehow.
everything.
So I'm gonna let you kind of take the floor. Where do you want the next topic to go?
So I posted a YouTube video a couple days ago about my goals and stuff and like about what my like back to my content and what I want to do is like this next year kind of want to focus on. Last year I was doing better. I was trying to build up my YouTube. I got a lot of subs just from posting shorts and then trying to do a video at least like once every couple weeks. And it's hard to be consistent with someone like me who's always working. In order for me to afford the lifestyle and the luxury I do is I gotta work. You can't get everything handed to you for free.
Yep.
So, my goal this year is to really just, stream a couple times a week. Maybe get a YouTube video out once every 2 weeks. Would like to vlog some of my major trips that I do. So, going to the Royal Rumble in a couple weeks in Tampa, then doing WrestleMania in Philly. Then I'm going to Rolling Loud in Miami in July, and then maybe something else major later in the year.
Pause. Did I look at the wrong Rolling Loud lineup?
Probably it was California.
Oh my god, I have to look again. I might go.
They haven't announced Miami yet.
Oh, but did they announce the dates?
No, but it's around July or June, the end of June, early July of every year. No, actually, probably like late July.
No,
but they've always had a Rolling Loud Miami, so me and my friends plan on going again. So that's gonna be a crazy time.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize how old I am until I loaded the Rolling Loud Cali lineup, and I think I knew 6 people across all 3 days.
Damn.
I was like, wow, I'm old. Fuck.
But in between, I got a little bit of things going on. I might vlog like tomorrow. Me and my roommate and then a buddy of mine, we're gonna go play some putt-putt. I'm gonna vlog a little bit of that.
There you go.
Just for a little content for the boys. So
I'll let you know
I
now.
would definitely want to. What's
Okay.
up?
I'm letting you know now. I'm gonna try to reboot up the off-season football podcast.
Oh,
You're
nice.
invited.
Sweet.
So,
That'd be dope.
so at least if you're not feeling turning on your shit, at least you know you
No,
can.
I could for future. I could turn on
Well, no,
that,
I
and we
meant.
could have some.
Well, no, I meant more if you didn't feel like going live with like a game fucking stream. Technically, you could count that in your noggin as, hey, I put something out this week.
That's true.
So there you go.
Um. So yeah. So vlogging. I kind of want to just build my YouTube, couple streaming, couple of days, and then focus on also building up like my TikTok again, my Instagram. I feel like I can really grow on Instagram, and then kind of just like
Fuck
be a
Instagram, okay?
be
Fuck
a
Instagram. No, I'm
be a
pissed.
little.
The supplement company I want to get a code with for myself, not for thieves, because like unless like a major company like Quest or something comes to me from thieves, I'm not gonna try to attach like a fitness supplement line to thieves. I'm just not.
Right.
But like I use Insane Labs like every day. The only social media they look at for initial affiliation is fucking Instagram. What the dick, bro?
Mm,
I literally have enough followers on every other social media for their affiliation minus Instagram. I'm like, what the fuck?
damn.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I literally even emailed their like affiliation email. I was like, hey, so like, we're in a new era of stuff. Is there any way you can look at other social medias? They told me no. Like, why ain't that a bitch? But yeah, no, I think it's fun. I'm still trying to figure out my schedule. I think after I pass my proctor exam in 2 weeks, it should be a little easier to do shit. But
Nice. So that's just like my goal is just to build up my social medias and get some content rolling out, and I'm not gonna like sit here and talk about it and not be about it. I'm definitely gonna be about it for sure. I just gotta stay consistent.
that's why if you
It's
notice
hard.
all
It's
of
hard.
my see, if you didn't notice, I don't label mine as like a New Year's resolution.
Oh no, neither do I. I don't do
I
that.
label mine as like a conquest list because, like, god damn it, I'm fucking getting it done. Like, all of mine were
Yeah.
all like fitness related. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm gonna stream 4 days a week. When like deep down, I'm like, there's no fucking way. No
Like I
fucking way in hell.
like I don't have like a cameraman. I also don't have like a social media manager or whatever. I don't have anyone that could clip stuff for my stream and post clips for me on all my social medias without me having to do anything. Like I don't have someone like that. So it's I mean it would be possible for me to do everything on my own, but sometimes it's not when I work as much as I do, and
Yeah,
I have a life. I have to go live my life. I can't stress over stuff like that. So there's some things I just don't do. Like so I'm not consistent with certain things. I
yeah.
mean, dude, I've been following Pat McAfee
I know.
more and more,
I
and
know
that
that.
man,
I know
dude, he's a huge inspiration to me. By the way,
that random text you sent me one day, just like out of the blue. I'm at work, and you're just like, "Do you watch Pat McAfee?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
did I say that? I don't know. I forgot.
No, but like I
Maybe.
do here and there. Like, I mean,
I think I was watching Pat McAfee one day. He's a huge sports dude. Well, obviously he was in the Colts. He's a former punter, but man, like he's one of the biggest things going in just the sports media today.
yeah,
He's funny. He's he's getting to serious talks. He knows what he's talking about.
yeah.
And that man is just insane. He's also got social media managers clipping all his shit that he does in the Pat McAfee show and posting on all of his social media accounts. So he's getting the traction and he's getting money probably from social media from all these views and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
So he's doing everything right.
he's doing the thing.
Yeah.
Which like,
He's a huge
one
inspiration.
one just off the wall question, just because I want to ask. If you had a quick guess, I'm only gonna give you. Hold on, let me look. All right, I'm give you 20 seconds to crunch numbers in your head. How many WWE? No, how many wrestling figures do you think is in that room at home?
Probably 400 to 500.
I was just wondering because I just happened to look at it when I was scrolling to see if you had told me, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot he has the
I
ultimate
have a
mini
lot.
kit.
I have a lot of loose figures as well. Um, so that adds up as well, and I have a bunch of other shit. Yeah, about 400 to 500.
Nice. I do like though how you kept it nice and organized. You got one wall that's mostly AEW people.
I got like 3/4 of my room. It's all AEW.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but oh man, gotta take a breath real quick. I was talking. I feel like I was talking a lot.
well, yeah, that's what you do in a podcast. But yeah, no, just kind of touching on roughly. I'll give you a little bit of insight on how those podcasts go in the off season. We'll probably pick up. We'll probably wait till we'll let Black Monday happen ish. So like when most coaches get fired and shit. Um, and then probably like oh wait no we'll probably wait till after the we'll do one right before the draft on like because by then we'll know roughly what picks people have and like what we think each team might need to get in the draft and then we'll pick up after the draft and stuff. And you're invited to the fantasy football league next year, by the way.
I might be down, but I'm already in two. I'm in a friendly one.
You get a fucking trophy or a title belt if you win. You're
That
in.
would be that'd be great. Uh,
He's like, well, never mind.
well, I'm in a dynasty league, and I'm technically in another league as well. That's somewhat in a dynasty because we've already run 2 seasons, the
All
same
the power
people, which
to
is
you for
insane.
actually being in a real dynasty.
But
Oh my god, I
yeah,
tried and I'm like, fuck this, I'm done. Well, no, so like, if I would have done it when I lived in Ohio, it would have been better. Because like, you know how like you have like your rookie draft and shit. Uh,
yeah,
I live in Maine now. I don't follow college football.
neither do I.
So like, I'd be
I
like,
watched some. I watched some. I tried this
I
past year. I did try to watch some.
I caught part of the Georgia ass raping that they handed out. Um, but for like me, if I try to do Dynasty League now, this would literally be how my pick would go. And just hope whoever I draft works. But no, so it should be fun. Um, or we
Yeah,
might
give
just
me something to do, and then I can give me something to do, man. Some content to do, and I'm always looking for new projects, regardless what it is. If
depending
someone
if I
would,
get. So I know that Splice and my buddy who runs Skyrisers will probably want to run it back because they're who's in the championship match right now. Depending if I get real dedicated people, I'll even fucking buy the draft board from fucking
that'd be crazy.
whoever the fantasy footballers always shout out some fucking website. But you can get full ass fucking like draft boards and shit, and
Oh wow.
I'll probably just have my other half submit my picks for me, because I'll be running the draft board. Um,
Okay.
so, but it all depends who says yes, because I think like half of the draft, not counting James, the co-owner, because he's a cop for Thieves, so he pretty much as soon as the draft room unlocked, he started throwing people into his queue and then messaged me and said, I'm praying to the fantasy football gods at this point. Because he was because he was on duty. He was like, all right, I got time. Click, 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 click. And overall his roster didn't come out that bad for I think he did his first round pick, and that was it. And then the
Wow.
rest he just autoed it, just because obviously he was on duty. So
Yeah.
so I think he did his first pick, and then he loaded in like at like the sixth round just to see kind of what his team was looking like. But his team wasn't that bad for auto picks. I was like, must be nice.
That's what I did for my Yahoo Fantasy. My whole team got auto drafted except for Alexander Madison. I picked him because I was at work when the draft was going on. I was like, shit. I'm like, you know what? So I ended up getting like TJ Hawkinson this year.
That's a dubby.
I got Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott from Dallas. But thing is, like, I also had Marquise Brown, who's out, Josh Jacobs, who's out, TJ Hawkinson's on IR, and so is Jamal Agnew. It's like, dude, a lot of these guys are good, and half of them are out. I also had Joe Mixon and Austin Eckler.
Luckily, I didn't run into them. Waddle, I'm never drafting again in my life. He had way too many games that he would go out at like halftime. I'm like, bro, you're fucking killing me. My other major oofy this year was apparently the Yeti decided he did not want to play football this year until I traded him. But I got to see, but like me and the co-owner of Thieves made a bet that like if I beat him in our head-to-head, he had to trade me CMMC. And then
Oh wow.
if I lost, I had to trade him Raheem because that was still when like A-Chain was like still pretty banged up and shit. I won the bet. But I was nice. I sent Antonio Gibson and Derrick Henry, and then like the next 2 weeks after I traded him, Derrick Henry dropped like 32 fantasy points, and I'm like, what the fuck, bro? You've been literally dead weight on this roster all year, and you get traded, and then you decide you want to show up. Cool, thanks, bro. But yeah,
Right. That's usually how it works.
always. But yeah, so that should be fun. You seem locked and loaded for some extra fun nonsense.
Yeah, I'm always down for some nonsense, man.
Well, yeah, because at least my nonsense doesn't involve light tubes.
Yeah.
Trying to think if there's anything else I want to kind of touch on for this round one of this podcast. We kind of touched in that you're a action sports entertainer. Your content, kind of your goals for next year, what events you're hitting. I picked your noggin on who's your favorite old school wrestlers, did the movies. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to kind of toss out there for round one?
Honestly, I could probably save some stuff if we decide to do a part two because there's a lot of stuff I'm potentially doing this year
Yeah, so we
that I
could
haven't
do.
even
Yeah,
haven't
so
even locked in yet, but
so we
it's
could do
in
something
like
like later on this year, like the beginning of next year. Even if as bad as it sounds, it doesn't. People are always welcome on this podcast, even if they aren't thieves. Like I did an episode with Saints, who's the owner of the Philadelphia Warhawks, Rarity, who's a caster who's casted some thieves matches in them stuff. So like I'd
nice.
even be game just for um like a almost year review, no matter what, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Cause like I plan on like I kind of went out all out last year with like life and doing like crazy shit, and I do honestly like this year I'm like doubling down. Like I'm kind of just like
I love
there's a
how
lot of stuff I want to do and experience and stuff, and then like when I get my passport, who knows what I plan on doing? Man, I could go to
like
damn China.
I'm not gonna lie, just even though because like you've been busy, I've been busy, so we haven't really like chit chatted that much. I think not counting stuff that I have in the works for Thieves that I'm talking to a couple rosters and shit, you might be one of my most excited. I'm ready for 2024 because like you're like, dude, I'm locking in
No,
triple
for sure,
time
I'm
this
locking
month,
in.
and I'm like, I mean not this month, this year. I'm like, oh Jesus, because like the thing is like I have Thieves. I have my fitness and supplement line that I'm launching and my coaching and like two other freaking projects. So like it's dope when I got somebody who's out there traveling because I'm like, hey, I can just watch. Let's go.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a thing that I want people to invest in. Like, I don't want to.
yeah,
I
because like
want to. I want to bring people along my journeys and
cause
share
like I'm
my
one of those people who,
experiences and shit,
well, I'm
dude.
also one of those people like I have my list on places I want to go, but like what I have planned out this year, like I have to stay home most of
Yeah,
2024, like to hit the goals I want to hit in 2024 for myself and Thieves. Not counting, I'm thinking about running a Tough Mudder in
I want to do a
Boston.
tough mutter. I want to do a tough
Um,
mutter.
or like somewhere like I want to like lock one out of Maine obstacle course and then do like a bunch of 5Ks locally, but like all the other stuff, like I have to stay home. And get shit done. So like I'm like, cool. This guy already has like 19 trips booked out. Yes. Like, especially now that I follow your TikTok, because the wildest thing is you told me that you had one, and until you sent me those clips, I feel like I loaded your TikTok when me and you were talking about you joining, and I watched your TikToks and then never hit the follow button. So then now
Damn,
when you sent those the other day, I was like, oh shit, wait, what the fuck? I'm not following them? I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, I guess that's probably what I did.
I
But yeah,
do want to throw in the Steelers did just beat the Ravens, by the way, which is insane.
wait, does that mess up? Oh, spoiler alert. Actually, people already know that I record these a couple days in advance. We're recording this as of Saturday night.
Yeah, but
Um,
that's just crazy.
oh, but the shitty thing is, even if Pittsburgh somehow makes it to the playoffs,
No, dude, the only way they can make it is if. Oh, I just saw it. Where the hell did it go? I was looking at it because
no, it literally just says from 39 minutes ago, Steelers keep playoff hopes alive with win over the Ravens. So they're still
yes.
kind of,
So Bills have to lose to Miami,
which is doable.
or the Jags tie with the Titans, or the Texans or tie with the Colts. So either a tie between those two teams, or if Bills lose to Miami, then Steelers are in. So they have a good chance because
Well,
I I could see the Dolphins beating the Bills.
TJ Watt went down in pain after he ran into
Oh,
his
I just
teammate.
see
So,
that.
oh, suffers an MCL sprain.
Oh, he's out.
So,
Yeah, he's out for the rest of the year then.
no, it's just a sprain in the MCL. So,
Eh.
depending on what grade sprain, he could you gotta think, he's one of the Watts siblings. Let's be real.
He's like a Terminator, I know.
Yeah, so with it just being a sprain, he could be ready to go wild card weekend. Um, but I still don't think they're gonna make it in, but hey. So I'll do a little outro here. Gotta double check what episode it was, 35. So this has been the first episode for the 1v1 podcast in 2024 with Mr. Ryan, episode 35 overall. I might eventually, if I actually, start doing these more, consistent, we might have to break it up into seasons because I'm not trying to get up to. Hello, this is episode number 432. But thank you, Ryan, for finding time in your busy day, even though you kind of just napped.
A little bit, yeah. I dozed off.
But but I can't wait to see your travel vlogs. That's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
gonna try and I'm gonna have people recording for me and vlogging for me, so
do you
I'm gonna
have
have some nice content.
do you have the small road mics?
I do have one actually.
Okay. Well, no, if you didn't, I was gonna say, hey, they're not wildly expensive, and they can connect to your phone anyways. So,
Yeah, that's why I bought it off TikTok actually for like $10.
oh, there you go, gang. Um, that's a win. But until next year for you, mine not counting the sports related podcast, and until next time, guys, this is Benny Boy Mike. I'm out. Peace.